Hey boys, girls, and squirrels, my name is Modstab. Welcome back to Satisfactory, where basically nothing goes as we planned, even though we didn't really plan, so I guess there's that. Before I continue, we do live stream every Monday and Wednesday. Link in the description for my Twitch down below. I would love to see you guys there. And for those of you that have been following this series on YouTube but not visiting some of the live streams, you're probably noticing that nothing has changed. And to you, I say, exacta, minus the great undertaking that we are going to finish in today's episode, which is the towers. The towers of doom. The towers of Mount Doom. The twin towers. Sauron's eyes. Whatever the frick you want to call them. Vote in the description below. I don't care. Also, we're joined by my beautiful friend and editor.
Hello.
Hello. So, we did a lot of math before we started this. We already automated the limestone that we have and optimized that basically as well as we can until we get higher end belts, because I didn't want to load balance like 6 different lines. It would have been disgusting. But we do want to kind of work on our iron production and moving that onto the, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys because I don't think we've done this not in a live stream. We're going to automate all of that stuff into our large scale factory, which is going to be on the top of this. Now, while we're kind of in the boring travel state, we do have 3 impure iron nodes, which comes to a total of, right now, we can maximize that and get 450 raw resources out of that, which means we can get 450, iron ingots, which means we can split that into 2 separate lines of 225. Each line takes 7.5 smelters, so we can have a total of 15 smelters. Now, that was a lot of math that I threw at you guys, but long story short, all this comes down to, do we do the 15 smelters down here, or do we do the 15 smelters up above in such a way so that we can eventually split it off? That way, when we move our steel production up here, we can just keep everything up top and in our mega base factory. So it's pretty expansive. It's going to be mostly vertical, and we're going to have a lot of storage and a lot of entry points. I'm thinking we're going to put trains and truck stations and stuff right on this little lip because it's going to be right under this rock place, which will make it hard to build without things clipping and being gross and disgusting. But we're going to take a quick little tour. We have a storage facility. Right now, the only thing we have automated to the storage is, in fact, this glorious piece of... excuse me, I apologize for that. But this glorious piece of concrete. Okay? I know, it's great. I'm just all over the place right now today. But it's okay. My brain is working for satisfactory mode, and I got to work 1,000,000 miles an hour. And this is what it looks like now that we have automated our concrete production. Now, the nice thing about this is expandable basically all the way up to the very tippity top as far as verticality is concerned. Inflated pocket dimensions is great, which means I'm going to grab one more concrete stack out of this, and it's just going to keep going. We have so much available stacking going on. I really like this because no matter how much we take out of our main storage facility here, we're going to have 4, or I shouldn't say 4. We're going to have 2 stacked storage container per level, and we have 6 constructors on each level, and this can technically go as high as we want. So we can really backstock and store things. Now, the reason I wanted to get an extra crate is to fill this in because this was one of the favorite developments we did in the live stream this last Wednesday, which was, I guess, 2 Wednesdays ago as of uploading of this video. But we set it up in such a way where you have this nice little walkway, and you have underneath kind of this, for lack of a better term, sewer-ish system that then comes out, tracks along the wall here. And we have this platform down here just to make sure, you know, we can travel while we're still expanding. But it goes up to here where we then have them feeding right into our beautiful construction system. And eventually we'll hide this and whatnot, make it look a little bit less crazy and hectic and chaotic. But that's where we're at right now. It's beautiful. It's glorious. And into this... Oh, that was awkward. I was going to say into the sewers or fast forwarding or whatever you decide to do because you're the editor. Just make it entertaining, please.
No.
All right. Deal. Well, that's awkward as all get out. Well, team, I think I have to volunteer as tribute and fall to my death because I think I'm stuck because I don't think I can jump up high enough. Yeah, there's no way. Well, it's a valiant effort. Goodbye. Gosh dang it. We were so close. What better time to check on the progress of my friendito over here? Obviously, once we pick up our stuff. Now, one thing to be said is there's probably 2 or 3 rows that we're actually not... Oh, you know, I didn't think about how we're going to get into this place. Genius, Devin strikes again. Now, there was about 2 or 3 rows right up on the very tippity top of these towers that I just don't think I'm going to build up to. Why? Because I think it would be useless. As we need a way up. We need a way up, team. All right, so we can go ahead and throw these guys on. I forgot that you have to drag those in. All right, now let's get over here. Let's get over here and see what type of beautiful progress is being made on the smeltery.
15, you said?
Yeah, 15 smelters. And we may want to run the raw resources up to the top. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, we can maybe do a smelter, have a dedicated smelter building. Just modify what we already have here and dedicate it exclusively to smelting. We could probably do that. Easy enough. Easy peasy. However, the jump cutting shall commence. All right, so what do we got going on here? We got the 3 lines coming up. I like this. I like this a lot.
This is, I'm just seeing, I want to know if, can you tell with these 2 next to each other, is there a gap there?
Well, here's a good way to figure it out. There's a very, very, very small gap, but it looked like it's a gap where I can actually place a conveyor belt.
Dang, I don't want a conveyor belt. I want it to just go in naturally. Okay, this won't work then. Never mind.
I don't know what you were trying, but I like it. Either way, I like what you have going here because we technically have 3 lines going.
Well,
And what are they going into? 3 smelteries apiece, so we would need 3, 6, 9, 18, 180 per area.
well,
and
that's
your
what I'm trying to
kind of math out.
figure out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's
If
going to
we-
be some inefficiency if we do it this way, just because we don't have enough. However, this is a little more future-proof.
Yeah.
So what that means is as we upgrade the speed of our miners, upgrade the speed of our belts, we can continue to use this. And temporarily, all we have to do is just disable. Are you doing Smarty McGee's?
No.
Okay. That would be kind of fun.
And actually, I've got to rotate the... I've got the middle one there.
Okay.
The middle one there is not an input, it's an output.
Yeah.
And I need to rotate the I need to not have that one connected. The second one needs to be connected where the third one is, and then the third one needs to go down too.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I know what you did.
Because those are the
Okay.
outputs.
Yeah.
So the 3 lines in should be the inputs, but I need to try and find a way to balance the amount that is coming in so that the first line has enough for 6, the second line has enough for 6, but the third line has enough for 3.
Right. That's a good point. One thing we could do, if we wanted to keep it this way so that it's nice and organized, we could, in theory, load balance it behind where the split needs to be. So like a good example of that, let's say we have 3 belts coming up, right? Well, we want the second belt to only be able to do so many. So what we could do is we could put a third belt, excuse me. So we want the third belt to only do 3 smelters. We can put a splitter off of that belt, have it split back to the second line that would then take any excess from that that third line and put it back on that second belt. And then that would fix the load issues that we're going to have. Or we could make a system where that raw resource just circles back through the line and keeps splitting off. So we could do that, or we could just do a straight like load bearing option where we have 2 belts, craft what we need to, because we can handle 225 per belt right now with the resources we have. And we can just do 2 separate like lines, and then the load bearing will take care of itself.
Okay, so actually the easiest way to do this, to do it right away, is just tack on, instead of doing the 15 that we can do, just do 14.
I see what you're saying.
Or set up for 16, and just have 2 lines of 8s, 2 sets of 8s.
That's fair enough. And we'll have just one that's running slightly under efficient.
Yeah, one of them that's just not quite running the same.
And
as
then
the
when
other
we
ones.
upgrade the belts, then we can offset the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that idea. So we could just do 2 belts. So like what, for instance, get rid of this guy here. Like completely.
Well, that guy had to go away anyway.
Yeah. So we get rid of that guy completely, and then we just run the 2 belts. And then we're done. But we might have to change the orientation of it. So that way they're facing kind of a slightly different direction. But then we could just run those 2 lines that would take care of everything.
At this point, this would all still be fine and dandy. We just need to
Fine and dandy.
tack on the back end of it. Just tack on another set.
That's true. That's true.
Like.
Because what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, 7, 8. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's easy. Throw 1 right there.
So I just.
And there's enough for walking room in between all of them, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's one thing that I really want to care about.
Oh wait, in between all of the smelters?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
we
in
have
between the
we have
smelters?
walking room. Yeah. We're good.
Okay.
We have walking room. I don't need it to be like a big fancy path, but it's just easier, you know, like if you fall in or something, you're not trapped forever.
Yeah.
It's not true and utter despair. All right. Bomb. Well, long story short, that's awesome. I'm going to let you finish getting the smelter portion taken care of, and then I can run the lines up at the end of the episode. But I'm going to try to take care of the second tower of destruction.
I have to call it.
Okay. Well, I can finish it from here because I just got to add the 2 splitters, and then the 2 mergers, and then call it a day.
The 2 splitters, the 2 mergers, and.
Yeah, that's easy.
And then
Easy
you'll
peasy.
need to set up the output as well. But we
Yeah,
don't
where
need
I
the
want it to
output
flow
set
to,
up
but-
until the towers are done.
Yeah, the literal towers of doom and despair. Oh, there's so many that need to be done. Well, let's get to it, boys.
All right.
Well, everybody say goodbye. Say goodbye in the comment section down below right now. Say it. Friggin' say it. Say it or say it. Goodbye. Enjoy your day at work. We're going to be crafting things. Hopefully lots of beautiful things. I guess we'll figure it out by the time you get back. Thanks for editing this disaster of an episode in advance because this is going to be a long one. It's going to be a long, boring one. But it's okay because we're making progress. Either way, we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we have these guys done. We can always add another row or another couple rows on top of them depending on how we want these belts to go from here down this line, kind of merge and get into the main factory. But for now, we're going to leave that as is because it's going to be glorious. We're going to run down these stairs and we're going to begin anew on the other side. And we're going to finish these 2 walls, and then we're going to finish that smeltery that we just talked about. And hopefully we'll have a good old time. It'll be great, fine, and dandy. And we'll see you guys once we get done with this time lapse or jump cut or whatever happens. Fudge. Dang it. Oh, please don't be far behind. Oh, no. All right. I don't know what you guys saw as far as being sped up or jump cutting is concerned, but we have finished the towers. The towers of doom have been completed. Yes, and might I add that they look incredibly like industrial. Like they look so industrialized no matter what angle you look at them. It looks kind of like business towers. that you would see in like big cities because we have the glass in the background, so it does add that reflection or whatnot. But these things are going to be towers of transportation, and they're going to have that kind of aesthetic on the outside. It's going to look unfreaking believable. I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. We can have our twin towers of doom, is what we can call those. But we also have to go back up here. You know, before I do that, I should probably grab my inventory, make sure we get everything we need. We do need to finish the smeltery, which I think is what we're going to take to the end of this episode, because we need it to be beautiful and big and bountiful. Can I get everything? Wow, I have more inventory than the big old container chest. That's kind of nice. Either way, let's go ahead and jump up to this third tier. Get up, get up, get up, get up. We should probably add like a wall in here or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Shoop-de-whoop, shoop-doopy-doop-doop. Shoop-de-whoop, shoop-shoopy-doop-doop. And I think what we'll do to begin with is to try and... Good. Nothing crazy here. We'll try to optimize this as best as possible. Okay. Let's see. So this is going to be the... This is the outer way, right? So we're going to take a Mark III belt. Oh, shoop, doopin' whoopin'. Okay. So we do need to get rid of these belts real quick because we need the mergers to operate for... And I think I see what he was getting at here. So we're going to go logistics. We're going to go merger. We're going to make sure that its intake is here. Probably going to put it yay far out, I think, in Louise. And then we'll just do something like this. Oof. I'm going to make sure. We're actually going to put one in front of every one of these guys, I think. Just keep it as neat and tidy as possible. That way we can just worry about everything being running off of here. And this will be, what do we got here? So each of these is going to be 3. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12. So we have 12 off of this. And we also need to be feeding these as well. So let's go ahead and throw down the splits McGee. It's going to be taking in 12. Putting out 12. Right? I could be wrong. Who knows? Either way, we should probably get this merger system set up as well. Because then we have the outtake. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this is going to be very efficient for us in the future. At least that is the hope. It kind of drives me bonkies that these aren't even, but you know what? I freaking digress. Doesn't matter. I ain't going to let it affect me, my team. All right, and then we're going to need the merger on this last section as well, which will take it to its logical conclusion. And that conclusion is being freaking done. Now what we need to do is figure out how we want to power these guys. We're going to have, it looks like 4 on each section. So what we could do, throw down a power pole here. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm going to merge all these guys together. I know we're not optimized to be able to do all of these, but I do want to, at the very least, get them merging in here. Nice, beautiful, beautiful, bountiful baby boy. All right. So it's 1, 2, 3. And we're going to want one more right at the very end here. Because I think we're going to run it in like this. Yeah, okay, cool. It'll keep it neat enough. You know, like it's not going to be anything special by any means. But we should. And I think I like putting them on the front as well because it really, really keeps things organized. So I think we're going to drop one here, kind of right in the middle. We're going to use the centralized portion of these guys to help meet up. And that should give us 4, right? Bomb. So everything isn't going to be perfectly even, but I don't really have the patience to worry about that, so I'm not going to. All right. Well, let's go ahead and finish this up. Then we're going to think about some logistics and whatnot, and then we'll see you guys when we get there. All right. So before we officially talk about finishing, I made a disgusting, horrible monstrosity that should basically never be talked about. It's... Oh, boy, is it bad. Oh, boy, is it bad. Okay, well, we're just going to upgrade a bunch of these, like, initial belts to get things running and operating. So that way we can get... Oh, my gosh. We basically have everything optimized so that it comes through here. Oh, good Lord, y'all. Okay, well... Eventually, we're going to be destroying all this, so we'll get the resources back. But my initial plan was to just run everything straight in, okay? Run everything straight into an awesome sync. Just get it the flapjack out of here so we don't even have to worry about it. And then I made a lot of errors and mistakes and calculations in math. And so now we have this giant, huge monstrosity of belts. And the only reason they're here is to get rid of all of the iron that I think we got rid of. Sick. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of all of these. Ooh, I almost got rid of one that still had stuff in it. Get rid of all of these guys right here so that we can work on fixing and planning. Good Lord. Inventory is pretty full. On rearranging how we have our iron and everything running into stuff. So we're going to get rid of this. I don't care if we run out of space, quite honestly. Not super concerned with it. But what we need to do is we need to make these things look really super nice and tidy because that's the life we're going to choose to live here. All right. Let's get them, boys. Oh, good Lord. This all started because I didn't math properly, okay? This all started because of that. I regret everything. Mostly everything. Oh my gosh. This is disgusting. All right, well, we got a lot of jump cutting to do because there's a lot of things that need to be done and fixed and constructed and whatever the flapjack we're going to go with, but it's got to be taken care of, y'all. We got to do it all. All right, so now we have it done. It's not the most beautiful thing, but quite frankly, I'm running out of time here. And so what I wanted to do was to make sure that we just got this thing functioning. So we're going to go ahead and get everything turned on. We're going to get it powered on. I think there was a power pole right behind there that we could have just ran straight into it. All right, no standby. All right, so we got 150 there, which is perfect. And then provided we get 150 here... I'm just going to run this power pole straight into it. And we'll rework everything once we upgrade our factory again, just to make sure it's all working. But 150 there. Because there's a lot of organizational things I want to do and make this logistics look a little bit nicer. But we are running out of resources very quickly. And, well, we just need to get those things fixed. So that's the way it's going to be. All right, and let's go ahead. And we need power from that guy. Easy freaking peasy. And we're at 150 here. All right, so I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll follow this line in. Probably have a time lapse, who knows? Just because we want to make sure we're getting everything looking nice and beautiful. Come on, baby. There we go. We're going to follow these beautiful boys in. Then we're going to go ahead and just see if it is all working correctly, I guess. I don't know. I'm hoping that I load balanced it as well and as efficiently as I could. I do know that this initial portion is taken care of because each of these is producing 150 per minute. Our current belts that are Mark III can hold 270. And so what I did was I took the 150 belts and I merged the third one amidst the other two. And so what that is going to leave us with is it's going to be splitting it so that 75 from this guy that I'm looking at right now is going to be splitting between the other two belts, which instead of leaving them at straight 150, it's going to put them up at 225 per minute. And we can watch it split off right here, provided my life doesn't die. But now you can see that it kind of saturates those lines a little bit nicer and gets them much, much closer to full optimization. But now we can kind of zippity-doo-dah-day up here because we're not going to be able to catch up with them as it stands. We did make it look a lot nicer than it was. The catch and some of the struggle I had doing it up the wall like this is that there's no good way to kind of walk around it once we get up to this third tier of the factory, or the smeltery, I should say, because we had to run them along the wall so they didn't become too disgusting and hideous. One thing we could do is just have a ramp up or a walkway up and then kind of up and over, which we may actually be able to do now. Let me see how that looks. I think it was under organization. Yeah, we have walkway ramp. Oh, no. Should have thought about that one, huh? Oh, can we put it right here in the middle? No? Wow, as I fall all the way down this. Yeah, there's no way we can place it off of this properly, I don't think. Yep. Bum train, y'all. Well, I was hoping we could get a line here, but yeah, I forgive myself. Either way, we should be able to start seeing things kind of crafting here. Everything is working well out of these three, which is perfect. We have all of it kind of splitting off. It'll take a minute to get there. We just won't be working super efficiently with it. It'll be slightly understaffed here. But everything's meeting in the middle, so we're getting that. Splitting off here pretty well. And then, well, that's Aki-Waki, but it looks like we have that functioning. Oh, I forgot I put a big one up there. Well, that's just as awkward as before. All right. So now the next mission is going to be bleeding these copper lines, or the copper line, and then making essentially the same exact type of functionality up here. Let's just go right back up at the top so we can take a quick peek at it from our beautiful watchtower. Let's get up here, boys, and just watch the fruit of our labor come to fruition. But we have everything running, we have it smooth, and we have it ready to go should we add a third line. Now we will have to rebalance it if we do add that third line, but it is what it is, and I may be reworking this, but I did want to get it up and running and functional in this episode so that you guys could have something to look at. However, the Towers of freaking Doom, man, they took so much time, I can't believe it. Either way, thank you guys so much for joining me in today's episode of Satisfactory. As always, liking, commenting, subscribing, great tools for you to get in touch with me and let me know what you liked, didn't like, and what you want to see next. We do live stream every Monday and Wednesday on Twitch, so I'd love to see you guys there. If you could just check the links out in the description below. There's a handful of other links, community, Discord, Patreon, and all that good happy stuff that I'd love for you guys to check out. However, I do have to go and get ready for work, so I digress. But remember, I love you guys. But I'm going to shove a filthy little cake hole, and we will see you next time. Toodles! Whoopsh.